Hello, this is Cindy, your technician, and I'll be giving you a demo on X-acto knife safety. So looking at our tools, we have our self-healing cutting mat. We have our rulers, so I have one that's a straight edge with a cork backing, which is great for safety. It means that it is non-slip. But what we love in VCD and we recommend are safety rulers. So safety rulers have a guard to protect your fingers from the blade, allows you to not cut yourself as easily. We don't have very many X-acto knife injuries in VCD. It's mostly paper cuts, but safety rulers will help you out in staying safe. You can get them at Delta, and I'll put a link in the description to how to purchase those. And as well, we have our X-acto knives. So I have a couple different types. I don't like the kind that are the scalpel. They're round, they roll. I've had a student having a scalpel that rolled off the table and she just sort of automatically tried to grab it, and that doesn't work very well. She cut herself. So these kinds are great. You can push up the blade, and then it's got a little lock so the blade stays in place where you want. Whenever you're done cutting, make sure you retract the blade so you don't accidentally nick yourself. And then this kind actually has a little wheel for the locking, so you push it out and then you tighten it with the wheel. Lock that up. All right, so I have my picture that I want to cut. When you have a line that you know that you want to trim at, it's nice to align it to the lines that are on your self-healing cutting mat. It's important that you cut standing up. It gives you more control. As well, you want to put the the ruler, or you want to make it so that you're not cutting into the image. So I don't want to put my ruler, or I do want to put my ruler here, as opposed to, for example, if I just spin this around on this side, because if I'm on this side and I'm cutting, I could cut into the image. Whereas if I position this way, oops, not perfectly aligned anymore, that's okay. I'm not cutting into the image, I'm cutting away. All right, so I have it protected. And as you can see, once you have your image down, you have a nice small cutting mat like this, you can always spin it around to do the other sides. And once you have been cutting for a bit, paper does tend to sort of stick to it, so it stays in its position the way that you would want. All right, so you only want to bring out the blade as much as you need, and you want to lock it. You want your fingers to be pressing straight down on the ruler, and you want the blade to be vertical. You don't want it to be at an angle. You want it to be up and down. And there we go. And I'm going to cut where my hand is pressing down, then I'm going to pause and I'm going to move my hand so that the pressure continues on the ruler straight up and down. Otherwise, if I leave my hand at the top as I'm cutting down, the ruler could swing and I would wind up cutting into my image. There we go. And as well, when I'm standing, I don't want to stand right in front of where the blade is going to go. It could slip and go into my leg, so I want to just stand a little bit to the side. So got that, lock it down. So I'm putting pressure straight up and down. You want to make sure that you're using a sharp blade. Dull blades will cause issues. You could hurt yourself. You want to make sure that you're alert and paying attention. So when you're actually cutting, stop whatever you're doing, stop talking to your roommate or your family member or your friend or your cat. Just concentrate on doing the cut, and if you're a bit tired, maybe do your trimming at a later time when you're more awake. So I'm just gonna pull the blade down. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna bring my hand down along the line, and then I'm gonna continue cutting. There we go. When you're cutting things like matte board or foam core, you'll need more than one pass to cut through, so you'll need to go through 2 or 3 or 4 times. Don't try and do it in one pass. You'll be putting too much pressure on the blade, and the blade could snap. For removing the blade, there are little marks to say where the blade wants to snap off. Now, these X-acto knives, the back, I'm just going to put that in again, has a piece that can come off, if I can get it off. There we go. And it has a little slit, and that would allow you to grab onto, there we go, and snap off the blade, like so. I'll put that back later. Same with this kind, you can pull off the bottom and use the slit there to snap the blade off. I don't like them. They don't give you very much of a grip for snapping with the blades, so I'll use pliers because then I have control. I know I can grip the blade. I only want to bring it out only as far as I need, so only to the line, just that one little piece, and I would use the pliers to snap off. You want to make sure that you're snapping away from your eyes and away from anyone else's eyes who may be in the room, so you want to snap down and away. Once you've snapped off the blade, you need to dispose of it safely. So what I do, since I don't have any containers currently for disposing of blades, in the meantime, while I don't have a blade, is I'll take a bunch of green tape and I will wrap the blade very, very thoroughly in the green tape, so it's just a big chunk of green tape, and that's what I'll throw away so that it can't cut anyone in the garbage. Do not use the blade to pry open stuff. Make good choices. Again, be alert, pay attention, use a sharp blade, and yes, I believe that is my safety demo. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.